All right, everybody, we are back. First of all, thank you for blowing up the first video so much. And I promised I would come back if I had new information. It's been a long time, and I actually did end up getting my Instagram account back. Now, the whole process took 8 months, and I had to fight. But throughout that process, I figured out some things that are really going to make it easy and streamlined for you to legally force Meta to give you your account back. So, there's been a lot of AI bans going on, false AI bans. I had 5 accounts that were banned, if you haven't seen the first video, and I got all 5 accounts back. Now, the method that ended up working for me was called the Legal Shield method in the last video. And in this video, I'm going to break that down further because I've gotten literally like 1,000 DMs of people asking me to break it down and to go further and to go in depth. And so in today's video, I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide how to sign up for Legal Shield and have them send Meta a demand letter. So then you're going to say basically like, Meta, I'm suing you in small claims court because you are causing me, financial and emotional distress. And if you can even say like they've besmirched your reputation, whatever applies to you. But I have found in my personal experience, what I said is that they financially impacted me because I was running ads through Meta. And so there is a legal basis for damages. And they ended up giving me all 5 accounts back without even having to go to court. And the total cost for this, it wasn't free. It's going to cost some money, but I think I paid for 1 or 2 months of Legal Shield. It was like $60. I think it's about $30 a month. What Legal Shield is, and this is not an advertisement, I'm not sponsored. I have no affiliation with Legal Shield. They don't even have an affiliate link in the bio. Just Google it if you want to go there. I'm just doing this video to help people get their accounts back. And, I would hate for people to have this option and not exercise it, especially with all the false AI bans that are going on lately. And Meta fired like 75% of their moderation and QC teams and replaced it with AI. I talked to a previous Meta employee, and I'm not going to name any names, but this is coming directly from a previous Meta employee where they fired most of the team and replaced it with AI. So no wonder there's so many stupid false bans going on, and I can understand your frustration. So if this video helps you in any way, please hype it up so other people can see it, because I'm trying to help as many people with this video as possible, and I want to blow it up just like the last one blew up so we can get hundreds if not thousands of accounts back, and maybe even get some damages, because I have some cases that I'm going to read later after I break down the method from Reddit where people have actually had Meta show up to court. And I'll show you guys the appropriate subreddits that you can join or whatever, so you can keep tabs on other people who have similar experiences, because these bans, they happen in waves. They're banning like 5, 10, 15,000 people at a time in a wave. um and it's really sad. It's really sad that this is the world it's coming to. So anyways, here's exactly what happened. I signed up for Legal Shield. I paid the $30, went on the website. Once you sign up, and they give you an option to make an appointment, and you have to click what it's about, what you're trying to do. They set you up. A lawyer calls you. You explain the situation. Now, I think mine was like Parker and Webby or something. It's Parker something. But it's going to be different for you because I'm located here in California. But the guy already had a bunch of cases like this, so he already had it ready to go in the bag, and he had the letter template, demand letter, whatever, already ready to go. He told me to fill out a paragraph of how it harmed me. That's why I was talking about, oh yeah, they caused me financial harm because I'm spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on Meta advertising every month. And by banning those accounts, they're banning me from advertising. So make sure that you release all your grievances in this. I didn't, it was probably 4 sentences. I wanted to keep it short and simple, but any way that you do feel you've been impacted or harmed, That's where you want to put it. After I sent it back to the lawyer, he sent it off to Meta. Now, it took a few weeks. Like, this is a lengthy process. You got to really want your account back if you're going to go through this. I'm about to bring up my email here, and I'll put this up on the screen. September 11th. Okay, I think he first hit me up on September 10th, actually. The September 12th was a reply email. He hit me up on September 10th, and he asked for the phone numbers and emails associated with the account. So I gave him those, and then he said, "Thank you. This is received. I will forward this information to my client and follow up with you." His client, Meta. Like, yeah, my client over there, bro, it's $1 billion corporation. That's crazy. "I'll follow up with you when I have an update or further information request." Not requested. It says request. Like, brother, you're working for a $1 billion corporation. You can't even spell check your emails. Anyways, then he said, "Please note that Meta makes no guarantees regarding the provision or outcome of any review." I was kind of blabbering throughout that, so I'm going to read it one more time. "Thank you. This is received. I will forward this information to my client and follow up with you when I have an update or further information request. Please note that Meta makes no guarantees regarding the provision or outcome of any review." So he's basically saying, we can tell you to fuck off still. Now, he sent that September 12th. 2 weeks later, September 25th. And he sent this out at 9:24 p.m. My boy is working late. Meta's lawyer's name was Patrick, and then Patrick gets back to me 2 weeks later on September 25th, and Patrick says, "I am informed that your accounts have been reactivated. Thank you for your patience while Meta conducted its review." Now, the only annoying thing about this method, I mean, there's multiple annoying things that you have to do, right? But then another annoying thing that I don't like about Legal Shield is they make you email to cancel your subscription. So as soon as you guys are done, make sure you send the email, because you can't go into your account and cancel it. It's so stupid. Besides that, 5 stars. Thank you guys so much for the help. But let me put in a cancellation request from the accounts page, please. That would be nice. I do appreciate it. It was $60 for 2 months of Legal Shield to get these accounts back. All right, so this says, "Less than 2 weeks from my civil court pretrial conference against Meta Platforms, looking for insight from others who have been through this." Here's the suit. I'll read this out. It says, "I've posted here before regarding my situation, but I wanted to share my situation again and get insight from anyone who has taken Meta to court, like I have, as I'm officially less than 10 days away from court, specifically those who have had experience with what happens in the final days before a court date." It looks like he fed everything into ChatGPT, because I see the hyphen already, but we're just going to read through it. I'll do my best to not make it sound like it might be AI. It says, "I'm a content creator with over 500,000 Instagram followers and a documented commercial relationship with Meta Platforms Inc., which is crazy. This guy actually has a relationship with Meta, and he still got false banned. My Instagram account was suspended January 2026 following false copyright strikes from a copyright troll company. They called and demanded $1,000 per strike for removal, which I refused because no legitimate copyright holder does that." That's crazy. This guy's getting blackmailed, and Meta's doing nothing about it. "I filed 3 DMCA counter notifications. Meta accepted all 3 as valid, assigning reference numbers to each, and sent me written approval emails citing 17 U.S.C. Section 512, the specific federal statute by name. Each email stated Meta would restore or cease disabling access within 14 business days unless the claimant filed a court action, and no court action was ever filed by the claimant in any of the 3 instances. All 3 deadlines expired. My account remains suspended to this day." On top of Meta's own payment system lists me as their supplier with Meta Platforms Inc. as the customer, and I have to pay the pay stubs and invoices documenting this commercial relationship. Meta also sent me an email confirming my 1099 is ready to view, but because my account is suspended, I cannot access Meta Business Suite to retrieve it. That has been a situation for 6 months. When I contacted Meta support for an alternative way to get my 1099, they told me they could not help. That is documented in the screenshots. So this guy needs his 1099 to file his taxes, and Meta's not giving it to him when they should. I think you're required by law to send those in by January 31st, and they should have a way to mail it to you if it's not through Meta Business Suite. That's ridiculous. Okay, he says, I filed in civil court here in New York, not traditional small claims court. This is important. I'll explain why below. So this could be some important information here about the difference between suing in small claims or civil court. Listen up. Why this is different from typical small claims Meta cases. I know a lot of people reading this have experience with Meta in small claims court, like I do, and I've heard the warnings about TOS and arbitration. I want to address that directly because my situation is categorically different. So this is a nice insight on somebody who actually has a big following. My claims do not arise from Meta's terms of service. They arise from 3 specific written commitments Meta made under a federal statutory process, the DMCA counter-notification process under 17 U.S.C. Section 512. Meta cited that specific federal statute by name in their own emails. Those written commitments exist independently of their terms of service. Their TOS liability limitations were designed for customer platform disputes, not for commercial vendor relationships documented by their own payment system. So this guy's trying to classify their relationship as different and say that he is a commercial supplier of content, I guess. So regarding arbitration, he says, yes, I know Meta arises arbitration motions regularly and that judges grant them quickly in many cases, but my situation has specific factors that create legitimate grounds to oppose that motion. Sorry if I'm reading kind of fast. This is long, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time. But this is some pretty juicy information. Wait till we get to the end. So first, my claims arise from the federal statutory process, not from the TOS. Okay. Second, Meta's own payment system classified me as their supplier in a commercial vendor relationship. Consumer arbitration clauses in terms of service face legitimate challenges when applied to commercial vendor relationships. I'm not arguing as a consumer here. I'm arguing as a documented commercial entity. So this might be the new Meta. If you can sue them like this, we'll see. And I'll post a part 3 when this guy updates his case, because it says that he's 2 weeks away, right? Remember? So regarding the civil court versus small claims, it's also important. He says, I'm in New York civil court, not regular small claims court. The differences are significant. Small claims in New York City cap damages at $10,000, and you cannot order accounts restoration. Civil court handles claims up to $25,000 and has full equity jurisdiction, meaning the judge can issue an injunctive relief ordering Meta to restore my account. The dual remedy. So, if you have not had luck and already tried to sue Meta in small claims court, this might be the method to try next. Monetary damages plus account restoration in the same proceeding is only available in civil court. I ended up in civil court because Meta's CSC registered agent is in Albany, which falls outside of the 5 borough addresses requirement for New York claims. The administrative clerk turned out to be an advantage. My questions for the community. Let's see if they answer any. Has anyone had Meta settle with them and restore their accounts days immediately before court? For those who have made it to the actual pretrial conference, what happened to that room? Was there any settlement discussion? Did Meta's attorney immediately raise arbitration? How long did the conference last? For those cases that did go to arbitration, what happened after? So let's see if anybody answers. Never done this, man, but you sound well organized and like you've got your stuff together. All right, well. Okay, so this guy says, I don't know, but I had 1 million followers on 2 accounts. It was about to be permanently gone, and well, they restored it to an account with 0 followers and 0 following, so they reset his account but gave it back. And it promoted sales of guns, so maybe he got hacked. He says, I don't know why I lost. The other account got reactivated by the Attorney General a week before. So if you really can't afford the $30 for Legal Shield, what I would do is write a letter to your state's Attorney General. And when you do that, they'll check in with Meta. Nothing's guaranteed, and some attorney generals I've heard refusing to even do it. But it seems like this guy had luck. Answering question 2, this guy says, I'm not licensed to practice law in New York, and this is not legal advice. With that caveat, in general, pretrial conferences are setting the calendar. Motions like to compel arbitration, discovery, getting information from the other side, witness lists, experts, trial. Settlement conferences are for settling. Pretrial conferences take less than 10 minutes on average. They are often but not always formal in court proceedings. As for what Meta's lawyers will be like, they probably have retained local counsel. So unless anyone has dealt with these particular lawyers in Kings County, New York, they will probably not have a good answer for you. Also, all lawyers are different, so it kind of depends on who gets assigned the case. If you end up proceeding to trial or arbitration and you're seeking monetary damages in excess of $10,000, I'd strongly recommend retaining a lawyer. I'm happy to expand on this point if desired. As of right now, that is the last and only helpful comment on that post. People have absolutely gotten banned after getting their accounts back in the lawsuit too. That is insane. This guy says, my account got suspended and then immediately disabled when I appealed again. I first got banned in early June, filed a small claims case. The account got reinstated early August, and my court date was supposed to be September 23rd or somewhere around that date. A few days ago, after they reinstated my account, the Meta legal team reached out to me asking to dismiss the lawsuit. Never got back to them, mainly because I got lazy, but now I'm glad I never replied or dismissed the lawsuit. I just sent them an email saying I won't dismiss until 1, I get my account back, and 2, I get written word that this won't keep happening. It's the first time this happened. All 3 of my accounts were banned. When I got them all reinstated, I changed the emails, removed the accounts from the account center. This time around, only 1 account has gotten banned, so at least that's on the bright side. I don't want to go through this again. So if you do have accounts, more than 1 account that's not banned, and you have a separate account that got banned, keep everything separate. Don't connect everything in Meta Accounts Center. You can still log into multiple Instagram accounts without having them connected to the Meta Ad Center, because the Meta Ad Center will ban all your accounts if 1 account gets banned. And that's how all 5 of my accounts got banned. The only account that wasn't in Accounts Center was the only account that didn't get banned. That's a mouthful. If this video helped you, please hit the hype button, hit the like button, leave a comment with other ways that you've seen people possibly get their accounts back besides this way, because this is really the only method that I have seen in 2026 have a mostly successful rate of giving your account back. Obviously, if you're barred for real reasons, then you might not get your account back. I apologize, but at least if you take this a few steps further, after they conduct their review, they can show up to court. But what has happened is Meta will, and I've just read about this, what happens is sometimes they will postpone the court case and say they need more time, and they just try and draw it out. That's why you have to keep a foot on their neck. You got to keep persistent. You got to be a thorn in their side sometimes with these billion-dollar corporations and be more of a problem than it is just to give you your damn accounts back, right? And it's so sad that it's come to this. It's a real issue, Countless people that I know, friends of friends, people are sending my way. I've received hundreds, if not thousands, of DMs. By the way, y'all are funny for DMing me, the Instagram.com/hacked. Thank you. I've gotten that message over 100 times. It's not my directions in the last video. That's not what I was telling you to do. I was telling you to DM yourself. You can DM yourself on Instagram, but I guess if it got the job done. Anyways, the Instagram hacked Alex method is patched. That got patched 3 days after I made that video. But the other ways in that account video did still work for some time. But now the Meta verified method, if you've seen the last video, I talked about the Meta verified method, telling support your story, whatever. Their support's just an AI bot. maybe 2-3% of the time you're going to get that back. But I've even talked to Meta on the phone, and the people you talk to on the phone don't have the power to do anything. They're just like reading the same script that's on the damn help page. So, yeah, you know how bad customer service has gotten with all the AI this year. But I hope this video helped you get your account back, or helps you get your account back. So make sure to leave a comment and a like. Also, disclaimer, if you made it this far and you're going to look at the comments, if anybody's leaving multiple comments about helping people, about this guy helps, it's a fucking scam, dude. Don't do it. I'm going to try and moderate the comments, but the last video, hundreds and hundreds of comments. I can't sit here and moderate comments all day. So I'm going to add a couple of filters, but if any people slip through, do not believe anything in the comments that you hear unless I comment on it and it's verified by me and I'm saying, oh, this method, and that's what I'll start the reply with. This method might work, whatever, I've seen that work, but this is the only way that I talked about in the video that I've seen to 90% get your account back. Don't listen to anybody else. It's just all a fucking scam. This is the only video on YouTube that's not meant to fish your data or do whatever. I don't have any sponsors. I'm not making any money of this. I made this video to help you and tell you about my experience. So keep safe out there. I hope you get your account back. Like and subscribe, show some support, and have a great day.